Hello, this is tutorial 1 for Music Theory 1, and we're going to cover lesson 1. What's going on here is this is the very basics of music. You do not need to have any sort of prior knowledge to discuss what we're going to discuss today. Okay, so this is drawn out of lesson 1 from your textbook. That would be Berkeley Music Theory Book 1, okay? It's about $22 on Amazon or eBay, and it is a fantastic book, and it's going to be our text this semester, okay? The first lesson, we're going to talk about pulse and meter, okay? And I'm going to read some of the text to you, but I'm going to try not to read all of it, okay? Because I know you can read, and temporarily this file is going to be available on your Canvas account at the very bottom of the main page. Okay, so the first word you need to know is pulse, okay? Pulse is the same thing as a beat. It says it's fundamental to music, which means that you're going to have some sort of going on through most of the music that you're going to see. Now, the beat may speed up, it may slow down, but regular means that it does not stop. Okay, so the next term you need to know is tempo, which is how fast or slow the music is played. The pulse is divided up into groups of beats, okay? These groups of beats are called a measure. The other name for a measure is a bar or a single bar, okay? The musical staff is these 5 lines right here that you see before you. They each have, there's 4 spaces, which are the spaces between the lines, and the 5 lines themselves. So bar lines, which are those things that make measures, are between, basically intersect the staff there. Okay, so the first clef we're going to learn, the clef is the very beginning there, and the first clef we're going to learn is actually percussion clef. And it's 2 little lines like that, and there is no melody, there is only rhythm, okay? So each one of these little dots here is a beat, and all 4 of them together form a measure. There's a bar line, okay? And then right here it says where your spaces and your lines are, and that is called a final bar line at the end of a composition or exercise, okay? So next thing, we're gonna go down here a little bit. Okay. The next thing you need to know about this is it says when beats are grouped into measures, the pulse is said to be in meter. Hold on, I'm going to move it back just a little bit so you can see it. Okay, meter is those groupings of beats, okay? And the way you know how many beats are in a grouping is what you call is a time signature. Now this brings me to why you're listening to this video in the first place, okay? And I'm gonna find a better way to record the piece of paper than I am now, but this is my first attempt. I am kind of a Harry Potter nerd, and in one of the books, one of the teachers writes these ways to help you remember it, or better ways of doing things in the margins, and it's called the half-blooded prince. So these are my half-blooded prince things. I say time signature is how we organize meter, okay? And there we got 3 meters. We've got 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4 down there. So what you need to know about this is right here, there's a little helpful way of doing this for beginners. Instead of putting that bottom 4, which is always confusing, I just put a quarter note, okay, which means 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets a beat. Okay, the next thing that's not exactly in your text is this, and you're going to number the beats 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you've learned any sort of counting system, you might have learned 1, 2, 3, 4, which becomes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. What you might not know is that is referred to as the Eastman counting system because it was developed at the Eastman School of Music a long time ago. Okay, Next thing you need to know is 4/4 is also known as common time because, frankly, it's used all of the time, okay? And it is indicated by that C, okay, that you see right, I'm going to try to do this right here, okay? The first beat of the measure is called the downbeat. This is very important because this is where the emphasis is, okay? One of the wonderful things that I love about this textbook is that it relates a lot of this stuff to text and to singing and to language, okay? So on these words, money is a 2-syllable word, money, and the stress is on the first syllable. That would be the downbeat, okay? The second one, customer, dictionary. You see that as three examples there, okay? You would not say money or money, okay? You wouldn't stress that, and if you did, that would not be the downbeat, okay? Now, how do you get, if you want to emphasize something other than the first syllable, how do you get that to work? And that is by backing the word up, okay? So in 2/4 time, it would be rest, guitar, okay? And then tar is the accent. So we put that on the downbeat. We just back it up. That's on beat 2. That's on beat 1. Here we have another example. 1, 2, computer would be in 3/4 time. And very famous song, 1, 2, satisfaction. I can't get no satisfaction. And that's the downbeat, okay? So just because I'm giving you more Half-Blood Prince stuff here, that is notated by, sometimes you see this mark, you see this mark, you see this mark. There's lots of ways to mark an accent, okay? So I think of an accent is a mini decrescendo. We'll talk about that in a second. All right. So this concludes tutorial number 1, okay? You can always email me or Canvas message me with any questions you may have, okay? Thank you.